What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, this is our question of the day segment. So we received this question on the previous week's training log, and we're going to answer it in a separate format from our logs because they tend to get a little bit long. I tend to speak a fair bit and maybe be a little bit long-winded. But also, we kind of wanted to break up the content so those of you who are looking for just that informational bit can find it right here. So, the question of the day today was from Ignacio Farrell, and he's curious about our thoughts on back training. He says it's become popular to recommend twice as much pulling as pushing in your routine, and that Matt Wenning is a big advocate for that. What are my opinions on that? How would I deal with all the extra volume? And how do I usually program back training? So, the first thing that I would say is that I don't believe that it is necessary, nor that it is ideal to be programming twice as much pulling as pushing. I don't think that's going to decrease your risk for injuries. I don't think there's any literature to support that position. I think that there's a lot of conjecture on the issue. I think that there is a lot of people who sort of have anecdotally noticed that prescribing more pulling makes their shoulders feel better, but I would challenge them this: have they kept their pushing the same? Or do their shoulders feel better as a result of the reduction in intensity and volume because of the introduction of pulling? Is it the pulling itself, or did the pulling force them to adjust their bench training? That's a good question. So I think the big thing here is that if your shoulders are getting beat up, if you're in pain, you need to look at your volume and your intensity first and foremost, because those things are shown in literature to actually have an impact on pain and risk of injury. Now, the balance of the shoulder girdle, doing more pulling than pushing, these kinds of things are notions that I think have gained a lot of popularity, but aren't necessarily founded in any sort of substantive reasoning or backed up by data. So, long story short, I would not necessarily prescribe more pulling than pushing. I would look at adjusting the pushing volume and intensity if a person is running into injury or pain in the shoulders. And how I prescribe back training is I use it as a deadlift supplement movement. So as opposed to somebody doing a stiff-legged deadlift, if I know their hips and low back are not happy with that much additional volume, then I would use a pulling pattern that's gonna, like a bent over row or a pendlay row or a chest supported row, some such thing that's going to add volume to the back without the hip hinge pattern, if that's something that becomes problematic in large doses for people. I hope that answers your question. I know that I kind of bounced around a little bit here, but let's refer to the question and make sure it's all answered. How do I usually program back training? How would I deal with all the extra volume? Well, I wouldn't. And I think that one of the reasons that, like I said, one of the reasons that extra back training works for people is because it forces them to take out some pushing, more so than adding in the back training. Anyways, I'm starting to become redundant, but that's my explanation, that's my reasoning, those are my thoughts on that. So, thanks for your question, Ignacio. And let us know what you guys think of this format with the question of the day. Keep asking them. You can ask them on this video, you can ask them on the training logs. We're just gonna grab a question once a week and do it should be question of the week and not question of the day.
I know.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts on the topic below, and let's have a constructive discussion. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you next time. Do you have any interest in equipped lifting? Do you even know what that is? Do you want to know what a squat suit is, how to put it on, what the hell it does? Go ahead and click this video over here and we'll tell you all about it.